Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. Today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Sold videos, which will be for last weekend, Friday through Sunday, June 14th through the 16th. And my sales were steady, continuing to just move right along. I had one day this past week that it was just very, very low sales. But, you know, the rest of the days have been good, so I'm not going to complain. We had our reseller meetup dinner last night in Bristol, Tennessee, and we had such a good turnout, such a great time. But y'all, I was exhausted because we helped our friends Dwayne and Daryl do their estate sale this weekend. They had done all the prep work and stuff. Robert and RJ went over one day and helped them unload a building. But for the most part, I was there just to be the cashier. But it was hot here in Tennessee. It was like 90, 91 degrees both days. And it was hard. But y'all, it was interesting to see a different perspective on reselling. Just all of the work that goes into setting up estate sales. It was interesting, and it was a lot of fun. You know, it got me out of my basement. It got me around people, and we had a really good time. And then we had our dinner last night. But yeah, if I ever volunteer to help with another estate sale, it ain't going to be on a night that we also end up doing a reseller meetup. So yeah, it was tough. So it was a lot of fun, and I plan on helping them out anytime they ask, because you know it's just different, and it gets me out there doing stuff that's just reseller related, but just meeting up with other people. I don't do a whole lot of that. You know, that's the downside of being a full-time reseller. A lot of times we spend time, you know, processing our stuff and work in the business, and just don't get out there and, you know, just meet people and have fun. Except when we're out sourcing. But I have come to the conclusion that, you know, when I'm sourcing, I just don't pay attention to what's going on around me. I've got eyes on the product because, you know, we ran into somebody at that estate sale that we see at a lot. Well, Robert says we see at a lot of estate sales and yard sales and stuff, but I couldn't have told you that I had ever seen him before. So, you know, I'm definitely always focused on the sourcing part and not so much on the, you know, meeting and greeting people. So it was fun to, you know, flex those muscles. But it's time to get down to business. So here we go. I had one sale on Mercari, one sale on Poshmark, and one sale on Etsy. I think Etsy actually ended up being my best sell of the weekend, so it's going to be here at the front. But the thing I noticed on the screen when I was setting it up is this sold on the 15th, because this is last weekend. But look what it's saying there in the middle of the picture. Sold 44 minutes ago. No, it didn't. And I just made the screen. It's not like I did these screens, you know, last weekend. So I'm not understanding what that's all about on Mercari, but this was a Melissa and Doug animal blocks lot, and I took a best offer of $5.50. Make it gone, right? Make it gone. All right, and then on Poshmark, I sold these Lee Platinum women's shorts, selling a ton of shorts. Wait till you see all of them on eBay. These shorts sold on Posh for $11. And then Etsy, I sold this Enesco mouse figure. It was by Amy Wolfing from the 1980s. And it sold for $59.95. Definitely keep your eyes open for vintage Enesco. Check the comps, of course. But I don't think I'd had this on Etsy but a very short time, and it sold very quickly for me. I've decided every time I make a sale on Etsy, I spend a whole lot of time cross-listing to it. That way I'm using up some of the profit that I made on this item to pay for new stuff that's being listed on there. And then eBay. Lots of smalls on eBay. I had some good sales, but I sold a lot of smalls, and it's because I'm trying to push out these older listings, the stuff that's been listed a while. This was in that bulk lot of license plates that we picked up at the Highway 127 sale 2 years ago. It's about to happen again. We're on the fence right now whether we're going to be going to it or not. Because, y'all, I want to go to the beach. And it's like, you know, money's not limitless. So I'm considering maybe not going to this and then going down to Florida to the beach and visit my friend Shannon and Elizabeth and then just spend some time chillaxing on the beach. But this was one of those plates that I just recently finished up the tote of license plates. Car dealership plates. Who'da thunk, right? This was from a place in Harriman, Tennessee, and it sold for full asking price $9.95. Russ Madison Bear Plush, again, another one of my old listings, still did really well, $17.51. Toy Story Talking Woody Pull String, sold for $15.21. Animal Alley Tiger Plush Toys R Us sold for $17.95. If you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping on any of my platforms. So when I say this sold for that price, the buyer also paid shipping. Kohl's Cares Mo Williams Plush sold for $8.50. I pick up most Kohl's Cares. Flip-a-Zoo Mini Plush Lot. I'm pretty sure I picked these up at the bins, so I have pennies in them because these are the little ones. I don't buy the big ones anymore, but these little ones, if I can get several of them and make a lot, then I will do that. And these three sold for $13.45. Chico's Platinum Women Jeans sold for $11.99. Another old listing. Premier Women's Jeans from Rue 21 sold for $13.21. Y'all, if you haven't noticed these last two pants, they have a lot of distressing. Just because they look like that doesn't mean they're not going to sell. There was a time I wouldn't have listed these, but I have learned that it's popular. It's in right now. It's trending. And these sold very quickly for me. I just listed them in May and they sold in June. These are American Eagle cutoff jean shorts, $17.71. One of my smaller sales, but a little 2 3/4 inch Pluto fireman figure, $7.95. Gaffa Tan Bear Plush, not a brand that I pick up very often, but this was an older listing and it sold for $15.25. Taco Bell, pretty sure this was in the one of the totes that I brought over here from the High Bid estate sale that I hadn't processed yet. Lots of fast food toys. This was from a series called Bugtronics, steel sealed, sold for $8.96. American Eagle again, lots of them. Women's cutoff shorts, $11.41. Mattel Barbie size baby dolls. I pick these up at the bins anytime I find them, and then I make lots like this. These three sold for $17.95. Yeah, oh, this was kind of equal in value to the UNESCO. I forgot about this sale. This was the American Girl bald doll that we picked up either at Nashville or St. Louis bins recently. It sold very, very quickly. It was from 2017, $59.95. Bear Traps Jennifer black sandals sold for $14. Trailer men's jeans sold for $16.81. Y'all, I listed a bunch of clothes in the last couple of weeks, and I'm selling a bunch of clothes. It just seems when I list a particular category, I sell more stuff in that particular category. Anybody else notice that? Laser Lords CD interactive game. Robert grabbed this sometime last year. Sold for $35.95. Next is this Ninja Blender replacement bowl. We had gone to a church yard sale, picked up a larger version of this for $5, and then the next yard sale we went to, we found this one for $1, and it sold for $25. Tupperware shape ball replacement blocks. It was on my profit shelves. I found a whole baggie of these. I ended up making 4 sets of the 10 blocks that go to the shape balls, and this one sold for $13.45. Hasbro For Real Friends tan dog. Been listed a long time. Not something that I'm going to be picking up very often. 2 reasons: they take a really, really long time to sell oftentimes, and battery operated, so a lot of times they weigh more, cost more to ship. But this one finally sold for $8.05. Robert grabbed these, I want to say at the Nashville bins. These were bowling shoes by Brunswick for men, and it sold, I think, the same day I listed them for an offer of $22. Stuffins Peter Rabbit plush from 1998. Just another one of those. Make It Gone got an offer of $7.39 for the 2 of them. Another lower dollar sell, but you know, it's one single Fisher Price Little People item, and it sold for $6.26. It was the palm trees to one of the nativity sets. Blippi, not another plush that I'm going to be picking up very often. It took quite a while to sell. Again, I'm sharing with you the things that I've listed in the past, but I probably won't do it again. But this one sold for $8.96. Lots of clothes. These next few items are viewer sales, so thank you again, Sherry. Sherry bought the Aori Reborn weighted doll for $22.45. And then she grabbed this Happiness Aid, a well-made toy rabbit, for $35.95. I just loved that one. A Dakin chimpanzee plush, $26.95. And, oh, I think that was it. So thanks again, Sherry. Then another pair of American Eagle cutoff women's shorts. These sold for $10.27. And another viewer sale. Tina Lynn has picked up several of my Precious Moments figures, and this is another one of them that I listed recently, and she picked it up for $11.66. Oh, and this item also. A Gund Crayola Bear, Benny and Smith, 12-inch for $11.66. So thanks again, Tina Lynn. This is a little 3-inch dog plush. Had a little zipper pouch in the back for like coins. Sold for $8. Animal Adventure tan bear plush, larger size, sold for $8.06. Another one of my Make It Gones. Build-A-Bear. Man, I've got another pile of Build-A-Bear stuff I think that we picked up at the bins that I've got to get processed. This was a little space outfit and soccer outfit, and it sold for $13.45. And then this person bought 2 items from me. The first one was an Inside Out Anger plush. I don't tend to do very well with them. That's another one of those. I won't be picking them up anymore. But they also bought the 3 Disney Monsters Inc. Teacher Pet clip-on plushes I picked up recently at a yard sale. Paid $1 each for them, and they sold those 3 sold for $24.25 for a total of $30.29. Anthropologie coffee cup had the monogram H, sold for $11.66. This is a Samsonite carry-on luggage bag, sold for $18.85, and I was able to push it down into a large priority box. Another Anthropologie plush bunny rabbit, 19 inches, sold for $19.95. Y'all, I've picked up a bunch of Lion King stuff, I want to say at the Nashville bins, but here recently, and I realized I had several different Lion King, Lion Guard lots already listed. I pulled everything down and resorted it out. I had some that were like on stands, some that were fast food, and then just this group. So I redid all the pictures, relisted them, and this one sold almost immediately. Make sure you use the word cake toppers when you're doing figures like this. And this grouping of figures sold for $22.45. Another one of those Braun food processor replacement parts. This was the chopping blade and protective cover, and it sold for $31.45. I think we looked last night to see, how much had sold of just this $20 purchase that we made, and so far it's been like almost $300 in parts, and almost every one of them has gone international. My Little Pony. It's funny because I just sold one, I think in the last video, and it's like sometimes I'll sell one of something and then all of a sudden I make several more sales of the same type. But this was a little figure, sold for $9.91. Pretty sure this was one from the church, so I probably paid $1 for it. Bob Evans advertising plush dog. This was Gravy, and it sold for $8.96. Another viewer sale, so thanks again, Tracy. Tracy picked up this vintage Barbie doll robe, sold for $13.45. A Shenandoah men's sweater pullover top, sold for $15.01. Another puzzle that we put together. This is our favorite series that we pick up. I just went to a church sale like a couple of weekends ago and bought like 12 more of these. They had them for $1 each. So our pile just keeps getting bigger. But this was White Mountain Made in America puzzle, and it sold for $11.66. Fisher-Price Little People, just a set of 3 animals, sold for $8.76. Little Tykes Bulldozer Construction Vehicle with the Toddle Tots, sold for $12.20. Now, I bought a box lot of stuff. There was some like brass pineapples in there, but I think I bought it because there were like the flamingo and pineapple light covers, which I sold recently, and these were in there. There were several things in there. I just went ahead and listed everything. This was pineapple placemats, a lot of 4. They were quilted and took a best offer of $7. This is a Remington Wet Waves waver. I don't know. It's been listed quite a while, but sold recently now for $31.45. I don't pick up this type of stuff very often. It doesn't even get on my radar, but I must have checked it, or Robert had purchased it several years ago and it finally sold. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I'm going to put out a video here in the next couple of days I'm going to do like a redo of like all of my sales in April, but only the ones that sold for like $50 or more. You know, I get comments a lot, you know, that they don't really do bread and butters and they're not interested in those sales. So I thought I'll start doing like one of these a month. So I'll start with April because it's still, you know, I can pull it up easily in the solds, and it'll be for stuff. This time I think it'll be $50, you know. There's some months maybe I'll have to do $40 or whatever. But I thought for those people who want to refamiliarize yourself with higher dollar things that I have sold in the last few months, I think hopefully it'll help people when they're out sourcing at yard sales, estate sales, and thrift stores on things that I have sold recently and that they should be looking for. All right, y'all, it's time for lunch, and then I think I've got to get another video made and get to work. So get to work. Bye.